Shamrocks. And we're going to be using this deck called the Guard Vintage Edition. It's a really nice looking deck. I really like the look of the face cards and the typeface on the numbers. It's nice and big, but not too big. That's what the back looks like. And here's what the box looks like. Pretty neat. I decided to play Shamrocks again because I wanted to play something that I played before rather than introducing another new game. And I've been playing this in the past few days. It's always one of my favorites. Usually winnable, but requires a lot of thinking and a very skill-based game. I had another game I was thinking about playing, but that one would be more of a luck-based game. I think maybe I'll do that in the next video. But for today, we're going to be playing this one. I think the only problem I have with this deck is that the cards are a bit sticky. I don't know if you can tell when I try to square them back together. It kind of takes a while because the cards kind of stick to each other. I don't know if it has to do with the type of finish that they put on it. Anyways, we're going to deal out our first game of Shamrocks. And if you haven't seen this game before, I've played it once on my channel, but I will explain the rules again. The tableau is dealt in 18 fans. 17 of those fans will have 3 cards. The last fan will only have 1 card. This is an open solitaire, which means all of the cards are dealt face up. There is no stock, and there are no face down cards. So it is a game of perfect information. You know where every card is from the beginning, which is what makes it so skill-based. Now before we start, we need to take all the kings and move them to the bottom of their piles. Okay. So the goal of the game is to move all the cards to the 4 foundation piles, which I'll be putting over here on the right side. The foundation piles are built up in suit from ace to king. So you would start with an ace and then put a 2 and a 3 of the same suit and stack all the way up to king. So by the end of the game, you should have 4 piles of 13 cards each. On the tableau, we stack in ascending or descending sequence, regardless of suit. So a jack can be placed on top of a 10 or a queen. Suit and color do not matter on the tableau, only the rank matters. Only 1 card may be moved at a time, the top card in each fan. And each fan may only have a maximum of 3 cards at a time. So we can't move a card to any of these fans with 3 cards in them unless we move the card on top of it first. If we remove all the cards from a fan, we cannot fill the empty space. And that's all the rules, so let's get started. And the first thing we're going to do is take our 2 aces here on top move them to the foundation. Now our other two aces, we have the ace of clubs right here, and the ace of diamonds right here underneath the queen. So we're going to have to dig out a king to get the ace of diamonds, which is a shame because we have the 2, 3, and 4 right here blocking the ace of clubs. Let's see if we can maybe dig out one of these kings. This one may be an option. I think we actually can. We can move the 4 of diamonds here onto the 5 of hearts. Then we can move the 2 of clubs onto the 3 of hearts. Now we can move the queen onto the king, revealing the ace. And so we take the ace of diamonds, the 2 of diamonds, and we'll take the 3 of diamonds, revealing the ace of clubs. We can take the 2 of clubs now. Now, the 2 of hearts is right here, and the 2 of spades is right here. So let's see if we can get to them. We could take the 4 of diamonds right now, but we're going to wait before we do that because we might want to move a 3 onto that 4. In fact, I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the 3 of spades and move it onto the 4. Then I'll take the 9 of hearts and move it onto the 10 of spades, revealing the 2 of hearts. We can now take the 3 of hearts as well. Now to get the 2 of spades, we need to move this 6 of clubs. I see one option we have. We can move this jack onto this queen, then move this 10 onto the jack, then move the 6 of clubs onto the 7 of diamonds and take our 2 of spades. We can take the 3 as well. Now it's safe to take the 4. And we can take the 4 of hearts as well. And let's see, the 3 of clubs is right here. I think that's going to be our next target. The 4 of spades is also going to be important, I think, right here. And the 4 of clubs. So we'll have to make sure we have a space for this 7 of hearts. Actually, we can just take the 5, 6, and 7. That might be an option. I think I am going to use that option. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move the 5 and 6 of hearts to the foundation. I'm going to move the 6 of spades over here onto this 5. Then I'm going to move the 9 of spades onto that 8 of hearts. Now we'll take the 3 of clubs, and we'll take the 7 of hearts, the 4 of clubs, and the 4 of spades. We can take the 5 now, 5 of spades, and we'll take the 6 of spades to reveal the 5 of clubs. And we'll take the 6 of clubs as well. Where's the 5 of diamonds? It's right here. We can move this jack onto the queen, reveal the 5 of diamonds. We still have the 6 of diamonds here buried underneath a 7 and 9 of clubs, which are in reverse order, which could be a problem. We'll have to be careful. Here, I'm going to do this. I'm going to move this jack here, then this 10, and then I'll move this jack onto the queen. I'm going to move this 9 onto the 8 of clubs. Take the 8 of hearts. Then I'm going to move the 9 of clubs onto the 8 of diamonds. Take the 7 of hearts, or the 7 of clubs, sorry, to the foundation. Now we get the 6 of diamonds and the 7 of diamonds. We do have a bit of a tricky situation right here. Let's do this. We'll move the 9 of hearts to the foundation, move the 10 of spades here, revealing the 7. Now we'll take the 7, and we can take the 8 as well, and the 9. Now we still need the 8 and 9 of diamonds and the 8 and 9 of clubs. The 8 of clubs is right here. Let's just take it. And we'll take the 9 of clubs and the 8 of diamonds. And it looks like from here the game is won. So that's our first game, a victory. Nice. It's possible that in the end, near the end, you can make some bad moves and block yourself if you're not careful. And I think in my first video on Shamrocks that happened to me at one point. I got a little too confident near the end, and I started making some sloppy moves and I blocked myself, so you always want to keep an eye open when you make those final moves. These cards are gorgeous. I don't think they're as visually flashy as the Hanafuda cards, but I still think they're very good in a simple kind of way. The face cards just look great. So there's game 1 done. Let's shuffle up for game 2. Aside from the stickiness, these cards do handle quite nicely. Unfortunately, I thought that playing with these cards more would make them less sticky, but it seems to have had the opposite effect. I think whatever finish is slowly starting to wear out the more I use these, which I think this is the first time I've used them on video, but I've had these cards for a few weeks now, and I've been using them a lot because I really like them. And I think they've just become kind of stickier the more I've used them, which is a shame. Alright, let's just do one more shuffle. We won a game, so we'll just make sure we get all those suit sequences separated out from each other before we deal the next game. Alright. Game number 2. Of Shamrocks. Move the kings to the bottom. This king was already on the bottom, so we don't have to do that one. So was that one. Saved us a little bit of effort. Let's begin. So, we'll take this ace and this ace to start. And we can take the 2 of clubs as well, and the 2 of diamonds. Now our other 2 aces, we've got one here underneath the 5 of diamonds, and the other here underneath the queen of spades. Okay, let's do this. We'll move the 8 of clubs here, the 9 of spades here, the 6 of spades onto the 5, and then the 5 of diamonds onto the 6. That reveals the ace of spades, and it reveals this king. We can move the queen to the king and take our last ace. Now we need the 2 of spades and the 2 of hearts, which is somewhere right here underneath the 5. We could move the 5 of spades onto this 4 of diamonds. That would reveal the 2 of hearts, but I don't know if we want to do that. We could also, well, I definitely would not want to move it onto the 4 of spades, because one of the things in this game, and generally a good rule of Solitaire in general, is you want to try to avoid moving higher cards of a suit on top of lower cards of the same suit. It can create knots that are hard to untangle later. So I would like to avoid that, but I think I see a solution. let's move this 3 here onto the 4, then this jack onto the queen, and then the 5 of spades goes on the 6 of hearts, revealing the 2 of hearts. Now I'm a little worried about this set of moves, but I think I'm going to move the 6 of diamonds onto the 5 of spades, the 8 of hearts onto the 9 of clubs. I'm worried about it because I'm covering that 2 of spades, but it gets us the 3 of clubs and the 3 of hearts. That lets us take the 4 of hearts here. I'm actually thinking I probably shouldn't have done that, but we'll see. Let's move this queen here, and then move the 8 of hearts onto the 9 of hearts. I'm also going to move this jack here. Then I'm going to move the 7 of diamonds onto the 6. Take this 5 of hearts to the foundation. Move this here. And then, while it is slightly worrying to move this 9 of clubs onto the 10 of clubs, I think it's what I want to do. No, I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to look to see if there's a better way. That just doesn't feel right. Oh, I can just put the 9 of clubs onto the 8 of hearts. I don't know why I didn't see that earlier. Okay, I'll take the 3 and 4. Okay, this looks really scary, but I'm just going to have confidence that I'm going to be able to undo this later. So I can take the 5, which reveals the 6 of hearts. Then I can take the 7 of hearts and move this jack to the queen, finally take the 3 of diamonds. But we've got this problem now. We'll see if we can work through it. We've still got this 4 of clubs trapped behind here too. Okay, I have to make all kinds of scary moves because I can't see what else I'm supposed to do. Okay, let's do this. We'll move this 9 here, this 6 onto the 7, this 5 onto the 6, and now we can take the 4, 5, and 6 of diamonds. Okay, so we did have a way out. It was a little tricky though. I got a little scared. We'll take the 7 as well, and we'll take the 6 of spades. Okay, I'm going to move the 6 here, the 9 of spades here, the 9 of diamonds here, the 8 of clubs here, take the 7 of spades. Now I'm going to move the 9 of diamonds here and the 10 of clubs here, and finally take that 4 of clubs. Take the 5 and the 6 and the 7. This queen can go here, revealing the 8 of diamonds. We can take the 8 and 9 of clubs, the 8 of hearts, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe the game is now won. Whew, that was a scary one. Usually when I'm playing these, I cut out all my thinking time, just so the video keeps moving at a good pace. So I will just tell you now, I was in a deep think on that one. I really had to work through that one. I was really scared of getting dead-ended. But luckily I found a way out. I just had to make so many scary moves, blocking lower cards with higher cards. It was very scary. And I wasn't sure exactly where it was all going, but we managed to get out. Tricky situation. Probably mostly my own fault. Alright, that was a tough one. Let's see how game number 3 goes. I think in my last video of Shamrocks, I won 3 games and lost 1. Let's see if we can win all 4 tonight. get back together. Really my only complaint with this deck. Alright. One last shuffle. Okay. Let's deal. Game number 3. That's all of them. So, here we go. We'll take the ace of diamonds here. And we also have the 2 of diamonds that we can take. And it looks like that's the only ace we start with this time. We've got the ace of hearts right here. The ace of clubs right here. And our last ace, where is it? Oh, the ace of spades right here. Okay, we've got a 7 of hearts in the 1 spot. We could just move the 6 of diamonds over and take the ace. In fact, I think that's what we're gonna do. We need somewhere for this 4 if we want to take the 2. And I might see a spot. We'll take this 8 of diamonds here, move the 4 onto that 3, and take our 2. Let's also move the 9 of spades right here onto that 8 of diamonds and take the 2 of spades. We can also take the 2 of spades. I'm going to move this 5 of hearts over here. Let's move the 6 of hearts onto the 5 of spades. Move this queen onto this king. Take the 3 of hearts. And we'll also take the 4 of hearts and the 5 of hearts. And then we'll move the 5 of clubs onto the 6 of diamonds and take our last ace. We still need to get to the 2 of clubs and the 3 of spades. And unfortunately, it looks like I eliminated a lot of our movement options by taking out so many piles, so that might come back to bite me. That's something you want to be careful about, and I was not very careful about it. Okay, this looks like a weird path, but I'm going to take this, move this to here, move this to here, then move this 6 to here, and then take this 7 and this 8. Now I'll move this 9 to here, this 5 to here, this 7 to here, and then this 4 to here, and I finally get the 2 of clubs. But I don't think that actually helps at all. And now I can't do anything. That actually removes all my possible moves from the field, and the game is now over. Darn. I was thinking for a while about that one, but I couldn't find a way forward. That was the only thing I really saw, and it was not very good, as you could see. Well, it looks like we're not going to go undefeated in this one. Oh well. I don't know if I've ever been undefeated in a game, in an episode of this, on any of the games that I've played. I think I've always lost at least one. Oh, there was one. In Algerian Patience, I don't think I lost a single game. Anyways, that one I definitely made some sketchy moves, so that was a deserved loss. Definitely not a bad deal or anything like that, just bad choices. That's okay. Honestly, I think it's a little more interesting if I don't win all of them. You have to see what... You have to have some defeats to make the victories more satisfying. It's not nearly as fun if you always win. Alright, let's do one more and we'll deal out our final game. Will we go 2 and 2? Or will we go 3 and 1? We shall see. Alright. Okay. And the kings. And the last king is already on the bottom. So let's begin. And we'll take the ace of spades. Now our other aces, we've got the ace of clubs underneath 2 threes, the ace of hearts underneath a 4 of diamonds, and the ace of diamonds underneath a 5 and 3 of clubs. Our options are pretty limited here. We can get the ace of hearts by moving the 3 of clubs to the 4, and then the 4 of diamonds to the 5. That would free up the ace of hearts, but I don't think we want to do that yet. I want to look at some other options. I think I am going to do that. So we'll move the 3 here, and then the 4 over. Take the ace. Now we can take the 2 and the 3. We'll move this queen over to this jack, and this jack onto this queen. Now we've got a 9 open. We've got a few options for 8s that we can move over. Let's see if we can plan out some moves that'll help us out. We can get to the 2 of spades, which would let us take the 3 of spades and the ace of clubs. I think that's what I'm gonna do. We'll move the 8 of clubs and the 7 of diamonds here. Take the 2 and 3 of spades, take the ace of clubs, and then we can take the 2 and 3 of clubs. We can also maybe take the 4 of clubs as well. I think I am going to do that. Here's my plan. I'm going to take the 4 of clubs, and I'm going to move this 10 here. Then I'm going to move this 9. Then I'm going to move this 8 to the 7, and this 4 to the 5 right here. Take the 5 of clubs, and now we get our ace of diamonds. We'll take the 2 of diamonds as well. I'm going to take the 6 of clubs to the foundation, move the 4 of diamonds here, and the 5 of diamonds back to that 6. We opened that space up earlier. Now can move this 8 of spades here and the 9 of diamonds onto that, revealing the 3 of diamonds. And we can take the 4. We'll take the 4 of spades as well, and the 5 of spades, the 4 of hearts, and the 5 of hearts, the 5 of diamonds, and the 6 of diamonds. This is looking pretty good. We'll take the 7. We still need the 6 of hearts. We can get it just by moving that jack out of the way. And we can move this queen to the king and take the 7 of hearts. We still need to get to this. Let's try not to... Oh, we can just take the 8 of hearts and the 7 of clubs to the foundation, revealing the 6 of spades. And I think from here, the game is pretty much solved. Nice. So we did end up going 3-1. 3 wins, 1 loss. Definitely happy with that. That was the same record from our first episode of Shamrocks, I believe. I don't remember if we went 2-2 or 3-1 last time. But that's always a good record. Basically ideal, because like I said, if you win them all, it's a little boring. I think 3 wins and 1 loss is like the perfect balance. Oh, whoops. Alright, no, that's... Alright. Definitely a more successful video than the Streets and Alleys video. That one was rough, but that's a really hard game, so that's understandable. Alright, so that was Shamrocks. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was relaxing. I hope you sleep well, have a good night, and yeah, thanks for watching.